The movie begins with Peter, the main character, telling us about his life. He has a caring wife and 2 lovely daughters. Every day, he goes to work, but today, as Peter walks, he looks up at the sky. Suddenly, the bright day turns into night, and he sees a bright light falling from the sky, like a shooting star. Before he can react, a bright flash hits him. He wakes up, realizing it was just another nightmare. His wife and son suggest he see a doctor, but Peter wants to deal with it on his own. The next day, Peter promises Lucy he'll leave work early to spend time with her. But at work, another nightmare happens. Peter sees his hands covered in blood, like he's hurt someone. His boss, who's being kind, tells him to take care of himself first. While Peter gets ready to leave, he notices strange flashing lights and hears voices on TV talking about people like him. Alien spaceships appear, and alien creatures start attacking.
They will conquer humanity. I don't mean to be alarmist, but...
Peter hides with others. Then, he wakes up again, realizing it was just another nightmare. He feels bad for being late again, so he rushes home to his daughters. On the way, he sees lights in the sky, but no one else seems to notice. Everyone else is still going about their lives as if nothing is happening. When Peter gets home, his family is upset with him. He can't explain himself, making him feel even worse. That night, his nightmare becomes even more intense. He sees Lucy trying to protect her mom from danger. Just when things get worse, Peter wakes up shaken. Following his wife's suggestion, Peter goes to the clinic. He's surprised to meet others there with similar problems. One patient tells him that the clinic workers might be hiding something, that they erase patients' memories to keep people from asking about the government's actions. Peter, confused, notices a painting in the clinic that triggers another vision. This time, his boss is preparing for a battle. When he comes back to reality, Peter begins to think his visions might be connected to the future. He decides not to go through with the treatment, even though his wife is angry. At Lucy's school party for a project, Peter keeps looking at the sky, afraid his visions will come true. His worst fears happen when the sky fills with lightning and alien ships appear. A building collapses in front of them, proving Peter's visions about an alien attack are real. Peter runs to find Hina, but while looking for her, he sees an alien spaceship. The light from the ship freezes him, and just as he's about to be attacked, his neighbor saves him. Peter and another neighbor, Alice, focus on keeping their kids safe. But when some aliens get into the building, they have no choice but to fight. Peter decides to stand up and fight back. Driven by the need to protect his children, Peter kills an alien with a strong strike. Hurt, he takes the alien's weapon to defend himself. Amid the chaos, Peter wonders if all of this is linked to his visions. With help from their neighbors, Peter and his family make it to the roof, only to see their city burning.
Those people...
It feels like the world is ending. They use a screen and a map to plan their next move to a safer place. Peter tries to open a gun with a special lock, but an alien with a broken mask finds him by using its GPS tracker. The group realizes they can't stay where they are much longer. Peter suddenly remembers that the safest place might be the basement of the government building where he works. But getting there without being caught by the aliens seems impossible. Then he recalls a project at work that involved underground tunnels. They plan to use tunnels to reach the government building, but before they can start, disaster strikes. An alien spaceship crashes into their floor, causing their neighbor to fall to his death. Ray's daughter, scared of losing her father, runs to find him but almost falls herself. Her mother barely saves her, but soon after, another alien spaceship kills both of them. Peter and Alice watch in horror. Surrounded by aliens, Peter uses his engineering skills to unlock the gun and shoots, managing to defeat the attackers. The group escapes the building, but they're shocked to see humans fighting back against the aliens with weapons. Before they can figure out what's happening, an alien finds them and gets closer. They barely make it into the tunnel, but the aliens follow. Peter surprises one of them with a sneak attack and is shocked to find a human inside the alien suit. Peter is confused and asks why a human would attack their own kind. The man in the suit is just as surprised, but Peter doesn't have time to talk. His wife is unconscious and needs help. Holding the man at gunpoint, Peter forces him to carry his wife while they move on. They finally reach the basement, but Peter is shocked again. Behind a door, he finds his boss David and a group of soldiers. The biggest surprise comes when David admits they've been expecting the alien attack for a long time. The government had prepared a safe place with weapons and resources to fight back. But to get to it, they need to pass through another station. Peter is more worried about his wife and wants to make sure she gets treated. The doctor tries to save her, but it's too late. Her body is completely shut down, and they don't have the tools to fix her. Peter is scared and confused, not knowing what to do. The enemy is right above them, and there's no room for mistakes. Peter can't leave his wife, but he can't put his children at risk either. The man in the alien suit says he can save Peter's wife. With no other choice, Peter decides to leave his children with David to keep them safe, while he stays behind with the man in the suit to try and save his wife. This heart-wrenching decision scares Peter's daughters, who are afraid of losing their father. With no other option, Peter makes the painful choice. The rest of the group moves through the tunnels toward the next station. Peter walked into a room with Alice and the alien suit man named Miles. Miles checked Alice's injury and asked Peter for a knife. When Peter gave him one, Miles quickly cut into Alice's stomach. Peter got angry and yelled, but then he froze in shock. Inside Alice's body, he saw glowing mechanical parts with electric sparks. Miles pulled out a piece of metal and said, "This is what caused the injury." Peter was confused and asked why Alice's body looked like that. Miles replied, "You don't know what you are? We need your power to save her." Then Miles gave Peter the knife and told him to cut his own chest. Peter was scared, but he wanted to help, so he did it. To his surprise, he found the same mechanical parts inside his body too. Miles connected a cable from Peter's chest to Alice's body. As he did this, Peter started to remember something. He and Alice weren't humans. They were actually advanced robots made by humans long ago. Back then, humans started to hate robots and tried to destroy them. This led to a big war. The humans left Earth and ran away. Peter realized that the dreams he used to have weren't about the future. They were memories from the war. He and Alice had fought to survive during that time. Miles then said, "Humans will come back to take Earth. We have to be ready. Follow me to the factory." As they walked, Peter saw a little girl, Lucy, crying near two bodies. A woman named Hannah was pointing a gun at Peter. He calmed her down, and she explained that her human parents had been killed by robots. Later, at a robot treatment center, doctors erased Peter and Alice's memories to make them forget their fear of humans. Peter, who had gotten his memories back, asked Miles, "Why are you helping me?" Miles explained that humans had escaped to Mars 50 years ago. He said he grew up thinking robots were evil, but after meeting Peter's family, he realized robots weren't monsters. As Alice recovered, humans broke into the tunnels. Miles told Peter and Alice to escape. They ran to a train station where Lucy and Hannah were waiting. Miles started the train, but stopped when Peter and Alice arrived. Just as they got on, the humans attacked. The train had defenses that took care of the attackers. On the train, Miles said, "We're going to a secret base. Peter, it's time to remind others of their past so we can fight back. Are you ready?" Peter nodded as the train entered a hidden tunnel in the mountains. The story ended here. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.